What's going on, guys? It's Lark here from Wellington. Today we're going to be talking about the Kyber network. They are one of the newest and more interesting players in the decentralized exchange game. We're going to be looking at what they're doing, what the competition's like, all that and more after a quick shout out to everyone who has been hitting that like button. And of course, everybody who has been subscribing to the channel. If you're not subscribed yet, button's just down there. Go ahead and hit it up. Of course, big shout out as well to everyone who's supporting me over on Patreon. If you'd like to become a patron, links down below for that. You can always follow me along at steemit.com as well. And of course, quick disclaimer, guys, this is not professional financial advice. This is just a dude talking about cryptocurrencies. Let's get into it. What is Kyber Network trying to do? What is their value proposition? Well, they would like to be a decentralized exchange. Surprise, surprise. Very, very popular, of course, at the moment. So, decentralized exchanges need to be trustless. Now, the big bonus here, you don't actually have to put your money on an exchange. I know we've talked about decentralized exchanges before and decentralized exchange protocols. It's a powerful thing. It's going to be the next big thing in cryptos, guys. Most of them aren't starting until next year. Kyber Network's not an exception to that. But it's going to be big. You will have your own wallet. You will not need to put your wallet into, put your coins into a place like Bittrex, because when you do that, you are essentially trusting Bittrex to not close your account like they did last week to some people. 0.1% of accounts were closed. Great for the other 99.9% of people, but for that 0.1% of people, man, that really sucks. Not to mention the hacking and there's been some massive high-profile hacks that have happened, of course, because of the centralization. So that is a big thing that decentralized exchanges will be looking at. Now, Kyber's farther value proposition, they're also offering instant trading. Great. They also are offering, they don't talk about this on this page, but they do talk about in the white paper, is a payment API so that merchants can set up to receive any tokens. So if you want to pay for your new iPhone using a bunch of Kyber Network tokens, for example, or a bunch of Golem tokens, you could do that and they would receive Ethereum as a payment. So you'd be able to pay with any ERC-20 token, of course, other tokens in the future, and that merchant can receive Ethereum. Most people don't mention that, but it is in their white paper. I thought that was quite an interesting and nice bit of value proposition that they're adding in there. Now, another thing that they do offer here is liquidity. Now, for new tokens in particular, this is really, really important because it's really hard for new tokens to get listed. And that it makes a lot of problems for these guys. They've got to pay big fees to the big exchanges to list them. So they get listed on little exchanges that have really low volume, not a lot of liquidity. But actually, decentralized exchanges will really, really help with that. It's not unique to Kyber Network by any means. Other decentralized exchanges are offering that exact value proposition of liquidity. But nevertheless, it's powerful and important. Okay. They're also offering a lot of other things here at Kyber, and I thought that's quite interesting as well. So they do have more than just exchanges. They have, for example, forwards, and also they'll be having options as well. So some more advanced trading tools, essentially. That's great. And they're also going to be keeping big reserves in order to maintain the liquidity that we were talking about earlier. Now, this is where the Kyber network crystal, or the Kyber token, comes in. That Kyber token will be used for the exchange fees between the reserves and the person buying. So essentially, Kyber will be burning tokens as it goes along. This is how the value of the Kyber token will increase. The Kyber token is essential to run the Kyber exchange, and as time goes on, they will continue to burn more and more tokens. Therefore, the price of Kyber tokens should theoretically go up over time as demand from the people running the reserves continues to increase, and of course, in order to continue working with Kyber Network. It's a good idea. Obviously, as a token holder, it's going to be a long game on this one to see some big returns, but we'll talk about that a little more later. Now, the team here pretty good team. The guys mostly are computer nerds. Of course, we gotta love that for any crypto related project, without a doubt. But look, they're PhD candidates, both of them. The one real drawback here is neither of them have big business experience. And these are the two main guys on the team, both co-founders. So they don't have a lot of business experience. And that is one of probably the biggest problems with them. Now look, they have been able to attract some really good advisors. Obviously Vitalik's on the team. A lot of people like to point that out, and that's obviously important. But a lot of the other advisors are actually big business people. They've done, you know, a lot of different work in tech business and fintech, and so they're able to get the right people on board to advise them. They had the tech know-how. They had brought in the people to help push that forward. So I think we can tick that box. That seems pretty good to me. Now, obviously, they like to compare themselves to a lot of the other main players in the space. So, for example, traditional exchanges that, of course, you have to trust, and the trades aren't instant. There's nothing on chain. They're not secure against attacks. Obviously, centralized exchanges are the way of the past already, even though we are all still using centralized exchanges. I use centralized exchanges all the time. They're going to go the way of the past. You know, and I mean, yeah, sometimes I wander over to Ether Delta and buy some stuff, but not often. Not often. I don't like Ether Delta. It'll be really nice when some of the new things coming out actually get here and we can start using them. Most of it's not till next year for most of these projects. So look, they talk about, for example, the OX protocol and why Kyber network is better than the OX protocol. Now, it's probably the best comparison, but nevertheless, the OX protocol trades are not instant. Again, Kyber network is able to do that because they do have those reserves that are constantly being updated, and they do not guarantee liquidity over on the OX project. Now look, Loopring obviously is an important part of this equation as well, but again, Loopring is a protocol. Loopring is not an exchange. Loopring is something that they're going to put on top of decentralized exchanges, essentially. Now look, Comodo will be a big player in this space as well. They're already developing a wallet which is going to let you do cross-chain swaps from your wallet, offering this decentralized exchange. Comodo is really ahead of the game compared to a lot of the other players in this space. Bitshares obviously also a decentralized exchange, but they have faced liquidity problems, not to mention the problems of not having a lot of trading pairs. So another big player in the decentralized exchange space will be ByNance, but ByNance is not yet decentralized. They're still very centralized, although they plan to decentralize their project moving forward. That hasn't happened yet. So we gotta wait and see for ByNance to do that. Cobinhood as well will be big competition for Kyber network amongst other projects. That, of course, you know, they've got zero trading fees over here on Cobinhood, which is of course going to attract a lot of people. Kyber network is not offering zero trading fees, although they are offering instant trades, but Cobinhood will also be a decentralized exchange. But again, like most of the other ones, they're not going to be a decentralized exchange straight from the get-go. It's going to take them a while to get there. Now, this is the roadmap. So look, Kyber network's not even up and running yet. They've got their test net going. Their main net's not till Q1 2018. Farther on from that, we'll see Q3 support of trading, advanced financial instruments. Cross-chain trading is not coming until early 2019, guys. That is a long, long time away before you can start doing cross-chain trades. A lot of the other guys will be way ahead of that. Way ahead of that. And that is perhaps one concern about Kyber network, is that it's going to take them a lot longer to arrive to the party than some of the other guys. They'll already be doing it. They will have been doing it for some time already. So that's one thing to think about. Will they be able to attract enough business? Obviously, the advisors think they will be able to. People put a lot of faith into Kyber network, So we'll just have to wait and see, of course, what comes out. But if you are going to be getting yourself some Kyber network tokens, just keep in mind you got to hold them at least until 2019, because that's when it's really going to take off in value. Selling your Kyber network tokens before then would just be doing yourself a disservice. Now we're going to look at Bitshares chart again here, because I wanted to speculate about what the value of Kyber network could be. Now there was a time when Bitshares was worth $1 billion. You guys remember that time? Bitshares with $1 billion bucks. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Although most of the decentralized exchanges, or exchanges that are token represented, seem to be around the $100 to $150 million market cap at the moment. ByNance, of course, right there in the same place as Bitshares, basically, and even the Kyber network guys are about 138. Is that kind of the current value for these? Are we going to see Kyber network be $1 billion exchange in the next few months? I don't think so, because they're not an exchange yet. They haven't released their mainnet. Now would be a good time to get into Kyber. You can probably watch for some drops. I wouldn't be surprised to see it go below $1 again. However, if you're getting into it, you gotta keep in mind, guys, it's a really long hold. The mainnet is not launching until next year sometime. Cross-chain swaps aren't happening until 2019. So a really long way away to hold on to this one, guys. And of course, if you do want to go and get yourself some Kyber network tokens, go to ByNance or Liqui. You can use Liqui too. Liqui's not all that bad. And of course, Ether Delta as well, but go to ByNance. Go to ByNance. That's the place to pick them up, guys. Anyway, let me know what you think about Kyber network. Do you think it's a great idea? Do you think that they're going to be able to compete in this seemingly growing, crowded, decentralized exchange place? Are we going to see more decentralized exchanges coming out? Ones that offer, 6-minute abs instead of Kyber network's 7-minute abs. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. But at the moment, I think Kyber network's a great idea. They got the right people, the right idea at the right time. Let's see if they can pull it off. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.